Hi everyone. Today I have a treat for you. I've been posting a lot of videos, released one earlier this month, and my Faramis video kind of recently. And here is, as promised, my Baksha video. I'm super excited to release this one because I feel like it was a great game. This was recorded quite a while ago. It was pre-Rome Mask nerf, so you'll see me getting the 2 gold, 4 XP every second or so, and that no longer exists, so you can see, start off that I check bushes, and you don't need to engage right away. I just wait for my Harley. Harley is mage and assassin, so he does some pretty good damage early game, and so you don't have to engage right off the bat. You could just hide in the bush, make sure nobody's coming along to gank, and then you help contest the crab. It's just a small crab, so it's not really a big thing. Usually you would have a marksman who is bottom laning, and you help them farm since they really need it early game. But here this is a duo queue, by the way, in Classic, so I am partying with the Harley, checking bushes again because I had seen Leomord earlier, but at this point I wasn't sure where he was. If you take like a quick look at the map, it would tell you he was in mid lane, but I'm staying between Harley and Leslie, taking that damage. Even though it's a little bit of poke, it does stack up though. Especially for Leslie, you don't want to be standing in the front line for too long against her. And then what you do when you take the buff, you want to be taking that damage because it will tear through your squishy teammate, and be very careful not to last hit it, not to take it yourself. And here, excellent engage onto Leslie, and I get the stun on her. Box is fantastic for this because he just comes out of nowhere. Box is also fantastic because he counters Uranus and Esmeralda, who are both very meta right now. Here I am just waiting in bushes, making sure my Harley can push lane and staying guarded. And I provide him vision for the Esmeralda who's coming through. I also ping him onto the I ping him on the mini-map so he knows. So this was actually my first Baksha game. I'd never played Baksha before, so I kind of was unsure of what I was doing. Oh, I almost get this kill on that Leomord, which would have been really big brain plays. So let's talk about here fighting. I do believe I die here, maybe? No, I get away pretty safe. Let's talk about tank items. So, I can't tell you off the top of my head. Maybe I'll post the sticker. I'll post the build right now while Ling is running around and Bane is pushing top. And I'm AFK. I actually AFK'd because I was lagging really hard. So for tank items, for Wanwan, you want to buy at this point, Dominance Ice was the critical damage reduction item instead of Twilight Armor. Twilight Armor was also really good for it's good for Wanwan because it limits the damage that she can deal in her ultimate. And so Dominance Ice, ideal for Wanwan, and Blade Armor. Baksha is actually a magic damage dealer, so Blade Armor only does very little, but it kind of turns marksman's damage around onto them, and it provides some pretty good physical defense. Dominance Ice is also great. Well, okay, at this point in time, let's say Twilight Armor. Twilight Armor, really good for Wanwan, Leomord, and Leslie, who are all critical damage dealers. For Leomord, you cannot reduce his, and Leslie, I believe, you cannot reduce their critical chance, but you can reduce the damage they deal. This was kind of absurd. I totally missed that stun onto Leslie. Normally you would you can totally follow through on that dive, and you can walk through the turret as long as you are tanking the damage instead of the Harley. Although Harley does have a very reliable escape ability. I'm engaging onto that Leomord, trying to kind of stall him, push him back. If your DPS refuses to back up, don't really feel stressed to stick around and defend them, which I did here because I believe we kind of did have a chance. But while we were in the lane and I showed Leomord on the minimap, I provided vision for our Harley. He didn't want to back off from the lane, so that was his choice.
You have been slain. Launch attack.
Some other good items to counter build. Let's see what we have here. The only other like high damage person that would be kind of troublesome is Esmeralda. And what you buy for her is Athena's shield, you buy immortality, and if you're playing a tank that is not Baksha, usually you would buy either Necklace of Durance if you're a mage or ability caster, or you would buy Sea Halberd, which also provides like 25% attack speed. It's really, really good. So depending on if you're a skill caster, magic damage dealer, or physical damage dealer who relies on basic attacks, you would pick up those items, because along with limiting healing by 50% for a few seconds, it also limits shields, which for Esmeralda I believe counts as healing.
An ally has been slain.
So throughout this video, beyond this point, when I'm here, I'm guarding. I'm watching Ling's back to make sure that nobody sneaks up on him while he's clearing lane. Ling is actually pretty self-sufficient at this point. As long as he has some items, he does really well for himself. And so, from this point onwards, I'm on my way to mid lane, and I stay as close to this Franco as I can. I try to bait out his ult. And when things get tough, I back up a little. But this Franco does actually, and here I am, Wanwan hits me with her ult. I immediately get the fuck out of dodge and try to get away from my own teammates, because I was almost near death, and if you die while Wanwan is ulting you, she'll turn to the next target. And with her damage currently at this like mid-game point, she would have enough to kill that Pharsa. So when Wanwan targets you, better you than one of your squishy teammates, right? As a tank, it's all about sacrifice and all about tanking the damage so your teammates don't have to. And so, to follow up what I was saying about Franco, whenever we team fight in this game, I stay as near to Franco as possible, and Franco will eventually just use his ultimate on me, which puts me in a place of danger, because the rest of the team, Esmeralda, Wanwan, Leslie, are all attacking me, but it also leaves them vulnerable to being attacked by my team. And I totally beef this ultimate. I was trying to ambush Esmeralda, but it didn't go over so well. So, Franco using his ult on me, it does so little damage that does very little damage to me with my high defense items. And it also, it's just another CC that you are taking, that your allies aren't taking. And so, at my current rank, I'm in, what am I in? I'm Grandmaster 3, I believe. As of uploading this video, it is the end of Season 16, and I'm at Grandmaster 3 or so. And I've learned a lot since the first video. You know, it's weird to... My very first Mobile Legends video that I uploaded to this channel was a Claude gameplay, and it was in... what was it? Like Warrior 5.
You have slain an
Yeah.
killing spree.
Yeah, it was the first, it's the lowest possible rank. And I can't even tell you why. I think I bought Claude because I had played him once, and
Your team destroyed a turret.
here I am setting up the initiate for Ling. Make sure to always watch the mini-map and, you know, watch for whoever's coming in for a gank. And so, I got Claude with, like, fragments, because I'd played him twice in, like, AI mode. And he didn't seem that hard to play, but Claude is, I never really realized Claude is, like, other than Fanny, he's rated the highest difficulty character. But, you know, then things fell into place, and then I kind of got stuck playing tank. So here I am, staying between my DPS and Franco just uses his ultimate on me. Per my, my Hylos video, here I am, you look, staying between DPS and also providing vision.
Initiate retreat.
I'm sorry, I have a really hard time, like, casting. I have a hard time, like, talking about what's going on when it happens. So, again, baiting a Franco ultimate and Wan ultimate, which I do die from, but, if you can prevent Franco, like, if Franco hooks you, big fucking deal, right? You're a tank, you have thousands of HP more than your teammates. And so, per my Hylos video, Hylos is really good at initiating because he's good at slipping into the back lines and just being annoying. And maybe I mentioned it, or I thought about mentioning it, but didn't, is that when you play assassin or tank, you don't have to be getting kills, you don't have to be really doing that much, you just have to be, if you're just being annoying, that's enough. If you're just annoying the enemy team, like if, Uranus is quite good at that, Esmeralda as well. If you're just getting in, like, poke damage, and you are chasing the enemies around, especially if you get, like, the marksman. If you're chasing the marksman around, and you're starving them out, you're making sure that they can't get any farm, and so staying next to getting yet another Franco ultimate under my belt. What is this, the third one? But,
Initiate retreat.
and so I am totally not allowing them to get a kill onto any of my allies, because I'm the one who's taking that CC, and I have so much health and so much DR that they can't kill me. And so Franco's initiate is just totally useless and does nothing. And so I sped up the time for some weird reason. But to kind of talk about what happened there, I came in, provide some CC for Ling. Although this Esmeralda wasn't that great, so Ling probably totally could have taken her on his own, but, you know, free gold for me, because I have a Rome item, and Rome items, you get like 40% extra gold for getting assists.
Mega kill.
And so,
Shut down.
I do wish I remember what I was saying. So, another important thing, it's like, oh god, it's 2:30 a.m. I'm always doing this shit like hella late. And so,
Killing spree.
I didn't want to say anything about that, just let it speak for itself. That's just how good that Baksha is against Esmeralda, who's can be really, really tough to handle. Esmeralda also has great strength in attacking numerous enemies in like 1v3ing, right? Because the more enemies around her, the bigger her shield gets.
You have slain an enemy. You have been slain.
So reason why I like Baksha, I think you should buy Baksha. He is on sale right now as of, what's today, June 19th? It is Juneteenth, y'all. Why you should buy Baksha. His anti-healing effect, his very reliable CC, as you can see here. His ultimate is good, I would assume. I don't know. I've only played him like twice. He used to, when Mayhem mode rolls around, he's in Mayhem mode, so I played him like twice there and then once in Classic. So his ultimate
Eyes up, Guardian.
sounds like frying chicken, which is funny. That's a valid reason to buy him, even if you're just doing it for the laughs. Baksha, I mean, Baksha's like definition of a tank. He's very good as a tank. Some tanks are what we would call off tanks, and that would be Franco, maybe Kufra, who else? Minotaur even. I don't know, just tanks. They just have their own special functions, right? But technically, functionally, they're all the same, right? You just take the damage, you provide the CC, and you win. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and more to come.